Hello everyone out there. This is Literature Hub 247. This is a platform where literature is discussed every hour. This video is about a poem titled She Walks in Beauty. She Walks in Beauty is composed by Lord Byron. Before we go ahead, if you are just joining this channel, please click on the subscribe button so that you will have access to all our videos. Whenever any video is produced, you will be notified. Just click on the subscribe button and the bell icon to notify you. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. Let's fasten our bet and go ahead to discuss the poem. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. She Walks in Beauty is a lyrical poem composed by George Gordon Byron in 1814. The poem extols the essence of female beauty and its impact on the poet. That is, the impact the beauty has on the poet, how he feels when he saw the woman. The opening line of the poem, "She walks in beauty like the night," quote and unquote, creates a vivid image in the minds of the readers. It also prepares them for what the poem entails. That is, it prepares the readers to what they are going to meet in the poem. The poet praises the beauty of a woman and brings out the harmony of darkness and light in the appearance of a woman. The poet also goes ahead to describe the physical appearance of the woman and links it to her inner character and virtues. Now to the analysis of the poem. She Walks in Beauty. Stanza by stanza analysis. The first stanza opens with a simile that introduces us to the subject matter of the poem, a very beautiful woman. The woman's beauty is compared with the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, quote and unquote. This indicates that her beauty is like the beauty of a night that doesn't have clouds and is adorned with stars. The beauty is unruffled and luminous. The poet here is trying to describe a cloudless night, that is a bright night. When we say a night is bright, that means a night doesn't have cloud and there are a lot of stars. The poet continues by giving the idea that dark and bright aspects of beauty come together and show in an appearance. There is a perfect balance of light and darkness in her beauty that harmonizes to create a unique, charming appearance. Let's go from the poem. "And all that's best of dark and bright meet in an aspect and her eyes," quote and unquote. Her beauty is further described as being soft and gentle and not flashy or overtly bright like daytime. Her beauty transcends the brilliance of daytime, but in harmony with the natural beauty of the night. Let's go from the poem again. "Thus, mellow to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies," quote and unquote. In the second stanza, the poet lays more emphasis on the completeness of the beauty of the woman. He says that any slight alteration could reduce the beauty. This means that no part of her physique should be left out. Every part of her appearance adds to her overall beauty, whether light or dark. What the poet is telling us here is that the woman is 100% beautiful. That is, all her physical appearance as well as the inner. If you go to our thoughts, everything is beautiful. Byron also draws attention to our dark hair and the color of the hair as to our attraction. That is, the color of our hair also adds to our beauty. The poet also writes about the illumination of her face, which implies that her features are radiant and delicate. Let's go from the poem again. One shade the more, one ray the less, heart half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er our face, quote unquote. The last two lines of the second stanza imply that the woman is a complete beauty, both externally and internally. Her physical appearance resonates with the purity and sweetness of her thoughts. That is, her thoughts are also beautiful. Her peaceful inner thoughts are reflected in her beautiful facial expressions. The inner thought makes her beauty to be a reflection of her personality and character, and not just physical. We have been told here by the poet that beautiful goes beyond looking at the physical appearance of somebody. You go to the person's inner thoughts, as well as what is coming out of her mouth. That's the way he thinks, what he says. Where thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place, quote unquote. The third stanza describes the woman's facial features, especially her cheeks and forehead. Phrases like soft, calm, and eloquent, all these are quoted from the poem, are used to describe her composure and pose. The woman's smile are captivating and charming. Her complexion is adorned with a gentle glow, indicating radiance and health. Let's go from the poem again. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the things that glow, but tears of days in goodness spent, quote unquote. Byron continues in the description of the woman's beauty. He conveys the idea that the woman's beauty is genuine and not superficial, and reflects her kind and virtuous nature. The woman's smiles and glowing complexion are a reflection of a well-spent life in joy and goodness. Her beauty is a physical manifestation of her inner goodness and purity. Let's go from the poem again. A mind at peace with all below. A man at peace with all below. A heart whose low, his love is innocent, quote unquote. These concluding lines describe a loving and peaceful heart. The woman's love is pure, untainted, and innocent. She has a calm mind that resonates with the peaceful world around her. That is the analysis of the poem. Let's now go to the themes of the poem. The first one there is beauty. In fact, that's the subject matter of the poem. The theme is very prominent in this poem. This theme is very prominent in this poem as it is the subject matter of the poem. Byron digs into the concept of beauty and its impact on the woman in the discourse. The human physical appearance is celebrated with emphasis on her elegance, grace, and captivating presence. The poet also points to the unique combination of light and dark in her features. This is symbolic of the allure of contrasting elements in beauty. That is the theme of beauty from the poem. Now, the poet also goes ahead to tell us, to educate us on what really is the meaning of beauty. We always consider the physical appearance of somebody, but beauty is more than that, according to the poet. The poet through the poem educates on the true meaning of beauty. This is analyzed with the beauty of the woman discussed in the poem. The readers are made to understand that beauty goes beyond only the physical appearance. The focus is always on the external attributes in judging beauty. That is the general belief. The poet identifies the inner beauty of the woman as captivating, as well as her inner thoughts. All these qualities put together bring out the beauty in a woman. Another one is aesthetic appreciation. This poem is a reflection of Byron's admiration of the beauty of a woman. It is a celebration of aesthetic appreciation as it dwells on the impact of the beauty of the woman. That is the impact the beauty of the woman has on him. You know, me looking at the woman, his feelings somehow in his body. It digs into the influence of visual aesthetics and its effects on the people. We also have the theme of the use of contrast and balance. The use of contrast and balance. This theme is prominent in this poem. Night and day, as well as light and dark, are juxtaposed by the poet. These are itemized while light, the woman's alluring presence. We also have nature and romanticism. This poem is romantic. The poem is romantic as it celebrates the exciting and fascinating beauty of a woman, which is part of nature. The discourse about the beauty of the woman and the emotional response of the poet resonates with romanticism. Romanticism is a cultural and artistic movement that came into being in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. The focus of the movement is on emotion and individualism, nature and sublime, as well as love and idealization, to mention a few. Now let's go to the poetic devices. Let's dig into the poetic devices used in the poem. The first one is simile. This is the comparison of two things with the use of as or like. The first line is a simile where the poet compares the woman to the beauty of the night. She walks in beauty like the night, quote and unquote. That is from the poem. This comparison establishes the stage for the subsequent description of the woman's beauty. There is also the use of imagery. This device creates mental pictures in the readers while going through a literary text. That's when you are going through a literary text, you'll be having a sort of picture in your brain. The use of visual imagery by Byron enhances the reader's sensory experience and increases their understanding and connection to the poem. Some of the phrases that evoke mental images in the readers are starry skies, raven tresses, smiles that win. Those are quotations from the poem. We also have personification. This is when the attributes of the animate objects are given to the inanimate. The poet personifies the woman's smiles in the poem that it wins. The smiles that win, quote and unquote. The personification as used indicates that her smiles have a significant impact on his feelings and thoughts. Rhyme and rhythm. The poem has a consistent and regular rhyming scheme. The first stanza is A B A B A B. The second stanza is B C B C B C, while the third stanza is D E D E D E. This enhances the poem's musicality, rhyme, and flow. We also have alliteration. Alliteration is a figure of sound. A consonant sound is repeated. A consonant sound is repeated at the beginning of two or more words in a line of a poem. We have this in lines 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. This enhances the flow and the melodic quality of the poem. We also have metaphor, the use of metaphor. This is a figure of comparison. Two things are compared without the use of like or as. Dark and bright, as used in line 3 of the poem, is a metaphor of the beauty of the women. Also, in line 12, dwelling place, quote and unquote, as used in that line, is a metaphor for the inner part of the woman. That is, dwelling place is referring to the inner part of the woman. That is, the inner part is also beautiful. So we have done justice to the poem. She Works in Beauty, composed by Lord Byron. So, as I said earlier, if you are new on this channel, just click on the subscribe button so that you'll be part of us. And also, click on the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever any video is dropped here. You can invite your friend also to join us, because we have a lot to discuss. We have discussed some of the poems here. Also, some of the texts that are recommended by WAEC and NECO have been discussed here. If you have any question on this video or any other video or on literature generally, just send it through the message box there, and the question will be attended to immediately. Thank you and God bless.